Pusha Pushanapatya Pishtadau Bhagnadanto Abhavat Puraha Yo Asau Dakshaya Kupitam Jahasa Vivrutta Dijaha. Pusha, Anapatya, without children. Pishtat Adaya, who lives by eating flour. Bhagnadanta, with broken teeth. Abhavat, became Pura, formerly Ya, who Asau, that Dakshaya, at Daksha, Kupitam, very angry, Jahasa, laughed, Vivrutta Dvija, uncovering his teeth. Wow, what a description. When Pusha had no sons, when Lord Shiva was angry at Daksha, Pusha had laughed at Lord Shiva and shown his teeth. Therefore he lost his teeth and had to live by eating only ground flour. You know that, because all these great rishis were present at Daksha Yajna, where Lord Shiva was not invited, right? And then Uma became Sati because she was insulted and she took the insult on her husband. So she rejected the body given by her father. And she was totally dedicated, and by the fire of devotional service, she burnt the useless body of Daksha. That is her body. So at that time when Shiva heard, he came with all the entourage, and he created Virabhadra and ordered him to defile the yajna and behead Daksha and knock out the teeth of Pusha. So many things happened. So this is called Bhagnadanta. Pusha was called Bhagnadanta because he laughed along with Daksha, who were insulting Lord Shiva. So anyway, okay. Tashtu Daityatmaja Bharya Rachana Nama Kanyaka Sannivesha Stayor Yagye Vishwarupascha Viryavan Tvashtuhu of Tvashta Daitya Atmaja, a daughter of a demon, Bharya, wife, Rachana, Nama, name, Kanyaka, a maiden, Sannivesha, Tayoho of the two, Jagge was born, Vishwarupa, Cha, and Viryavan, very powerful in body and strength. Translation. Rachana, the daughter of Daityas, became the wife of Prajapati Tvashta. By his semina, he begot in her womb two very powerful sons named Sannivesha and Vishwarupa. We get a lot of stories of Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa performed the Jagya when Indra insulted Brahaspati. Brahaspati left assembly of Indra. And Indra was so proud, never mind, I will call another and make him the priest of the demigods. So Vishwarupa was brought. Then, out of enviousness, he beheaded Vishwarupa also. So killing a Brahman was very, very detrimental. And the ghost was chasing him, Indra, and his life became miserable. Anyway. Tam vavrire suragana swastriyam dvishatamapi vimatena parityakta guruna angirasena yat. Tam, him, Vishwarupa, vavrire, accepted as priest, suragana, the demigods, swashriyam, the sons of a daughter, dvishatam, of the inimical demons, api, although vimatena, being disrespected, parityaktaha, who was given up, guruna, by their spiritual master, angirasena, and Brahaspati, yat, sense. Although Vishvarupa was the son of the daughter of their eternal enemy, the demons, the demigods accepted him as their priest in accordance with the order of Brahma when they were abandoned by their spiritual master Brahaspati, whom they had disrespected. Thus end Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Progeny of the Daughters of Daksha. So, any discussion?
What is the meaning of mare? M-E-R-E.
Mare means female horse.
Female?
Horse.
Horse. And we are...
Horse and mare.
Oh, I see. And the human beings came from the horse then?
Who?
The human beings came from mare. Kumaras. 2 Kumaras came. That's what I was wondering.
Yes, Yamuna's sons.
Yeah. Then Yami, while wandering on the earth in the form of a mare, gave birth to the Ashwini Kumaras.
Ashwini Kumaras. They are twins.
They are twins, yeah.
So?
It's interesting. The horse gave birth to the Kumaras.
Don't worry.
Interesting one. The human being gave birth to the animals. Animal gave birth to the...
I noticed when you were reading that the name of the wife of the sun god is Chaya. You didn't comment on it, but Chaya means shadow. So the shadow is always with the sun. And the children, I noticed when you read, is tapti, heat, producing heat. So very interesting. When you analyze any one of these Sanskrit terms, it gives you great additional insight into the whole understanding of progeny. So I just thought it was too idle.
So we should continue chapter number 7.
Question answers.
Because of how Indra offends his spiritual master Brahaspati, that incident is being narrated. Should we go ahead?
Yes, I think
you had some question.
I can ask later. This is
any comment?
No, I had a question, but it's not so important. I can begin.
Indra offends his spiritual master Brahaspati. As related in this chapter, Indra, the king of heaven, committed an offense at the feet of his spiritual master Brahaspati. Brahaspati therefore left the demigods, who then had no priest. However, at the request of demigods, Vishvarupa, the son of a Brahman, Thrashta, became their priest. Once upon a time, Indra, the king of demigods, was sitting with his wife Sachidevi and being praised by various demigods like Siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas, and when Brahaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods, entered in the assembly of Indra. Indra, being too absorbed in the material opulence, forgot himself and did not respect Brahaspati, who thus became aware of Indra's pride in his material opulence and immediately disappeared from the assembly to teach him a lesson. Indra became the most repentant, understanding that because of his opulence he had forgotten to respect his spiritual master. He left the palace to beg pardon from his spiritual master, but could not find Brahaspati anywhere. And because of his disrespectful behavior towards his spiritual master, Indra lost all his opulence and was conquered by demons who defeated the demigods in a great fight and occupied Indra's throne. King Indra, along with the other demigods, and later took shelter of Lord Brahma. Understanding the situation, Lord Brahma chastised the demigods for their offense to their spiritual master. Following Lord Brahma's order, the demigods accepted Vishvarupa, who was a Brahmana and the son of Thrashta, as their priest. Then they performed yajnas under the priesthood of Vishvarupa and were able to conquer demons. So this is the summary of this next chapter. But poor Vishvarupa ends up, dying. His son of Tvasta, and he's a pure Brahman, right? Because Tvasta married a girl from the Daityas, the demons. Wow, intercaste. And then Vishwarupa was born with the Brahman qualities, but then some intrigue will be there. Why Indra, killed Vishwarupa? He chopped him. Shri Rajo Vacha. Kasya heto parityakta acharena atmana sura ekadascha sva bhagavach ichha shanam amanam kramam guru. Shri Raja Vacha. The king inquired, Kasya heto, for what reason? Parityakta, rejected, acharyena, by the spiritual master Brahaspati, atmana, of himself, suraha, all the demigods. Etat, these achakshva, kindly describe, Bhagavan, O great sage, Sukadeva Goswami, Shishyanam, of the disciple, akramam, the offense, guru, unto the spiritual master. This is very important. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, O great sage, why did the spiritual master of the demigods, Brahaspati, reject the demigods, who were his own disciples? What offense did the demigod commit against their spiritual master? Please describe to me this incident. In the Parpachla, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments, Saptame Guruna Tyaktair Devai Daitya Parajita Vishwarupo Gurutvena Vrato Brahmanopadeshataha. This 7th chapter describes how Brahaspati was offended by demigods, how he left them, and the demigods were defeated, and how the demigods, following the instructions of Lord Brahma, accepted Vishwarupa as the priest to perform their sacrifice. So this is the prelude. And again, it's a reading on. So we will stop here, the first verse itself. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitan Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutaleswari Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swabdantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastade Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Shri Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Maharaj Parikshit is inquiring from Sukadeva Goswami, O great sage, why did the spiritual master of demigods, Brahaspati, reject the demigods who were his own disciples? What offense did the demigods commit against their spiritual master? Please describe to me this incident. So, a spiritual master has a right to reject his disciple. Right? To disobey the orders of spiritual master is an offense. And considering him to be an ordinary man is also an offense. It is said that Arche Vishnu Shiladi Gurusu Naramati Vaishnavera Jatir Buddhinaraki. Gurusu Naramati is to be understood. Because familiarity breeds contempt. And we take Guru to be also one of us. If we can see that Gurus are being offended, then they have a right to reject. Guru's business is to give spiritual instruction, right? And guide that they may not fall pit in Maya. They do not fall into pit of Maya. Even the demigods, what to speak of human beings? If it's happening to the demigods, because Maya is there in Swargaloka. When one is attached to profit, adoration and distinction, they are bound to fall off. So, we have to be very, very careful by taking this example. When Brahaspati has to leave the demigods, and they were actually cursed to get defeated, because that is the only teaching to correct them. If we become proud of our profit, adoration, position, distinction, and some even service attitude that makes us puffed up, power hungry like that, and we do a lot of politics, the spiritual master will be offended. Spiritual master is meant for only spiritual guidance, not material guidance. He is not a materialistic man. We have to see that we are representing Srila Prabhupada, who was a spiritual personality, and spiritual guidance was a main objective, right? So, offending a spiritual master accumulates very irreparable, sin that makes us fall down. Considering the spiritual master to be an ordinary man, I said narki intelligence. Narki means hellish intelligence. A spiritual life is not sending you to the hell. A spiritual personality is not afraid of hell, but to consider his function is to go to hell. No. He's lifting up. Yamaraj, Yam and Yummy, Yamaraj is a Mahajan, but at the same time, his functionality is to punish the sinful people. A pure devotee is in a position as if he is taking the accountability of persons' good and bad deeds and award different benedictions and punishments accordingly. But it's a thankless task, means it doesn't require appreciation from good people. When Yamaraj award good results, they go and shake hands with Yamaraj. Thank you very much. And those who are sinful people, they will be repenting. All right? But Yamaraj is a pure devotee. How could he balance out good and bad? He becomes aloof from good and bad, indifference. He withdraws from the material activity. So even though a thankless task has to be done, it does not mean that we will be bereft of opportunity for advancement. We have to take lesson from Yamarajas. Right? Even for that Durga Mata, she is Narayani, she is a pure devotee. And she is doing the wholesale treatment of her progeny. All the embodied living entities are her progeny. But these are the medium, but at the same time we see she has a thankless task. All these great Mahajanas, devotees, they always chant the holy name and remain aloof from the interactions between good and bad. It is not affecting them. That is the nature of transcendence, and devotees are told to cultivate the nature of transcendence, even though they may play politics. Even though they may play politics. This is pretty important. It is thankless task. But if we see the things being for profit, adoration and distinction, then it gives more afflictions to the devotee. Devotee have to advance through any medium, any surface. If they are confirmed, then they will not, counter. They will not counter such politics. They will become indifferent. Who the hell cares? Like that. Because we have to come out from the hellish situation of differentiation. Material differentiation. The spiritual master has to teach. He can reject. It was so hard for Indra to beg pardon from the spiritual master once he was offended. He has to go through so many grilling situations. First of all, his material opulences were bereft. It was told. He ends up committing aparadha of killing a Brahman, the Brahmahatya. So the ghost was chasing, right? I lost peace of mind if a ghost is chasing anybody. He must be, crazy, become crazy and wandering from here and there because of offense. So, we will see at what extensive, tarpan or repentance one will require to offend a spiritual master. He ends up doing so much. First of all, spiritual master is not available to accept his apology. Here it is said, then Brahaspati was not available. Because even asking apology instantly, if you realize, it is a requirement, but the mercy has been withdrawn, how can it be resumed immediately? So, it takes time. Only a Mahabhagavat like Ambarish Maharaj will immediately pardon Durvasa Muni, as soon as he fell at his feet. Ambarish Maharaj, seeing the prowess of Durvasa Muni was not utilized in the right manner, why does such a Muni create a demon? Was it a service to Krishna? So like that. So we need to understand thoroughly that the person who is a devotee and is offended, then he has to become more serious and introspective. That will lead to advancement. It's a beneficial situation. But those who are offenders may not progress. Their progress is checked out. So that is the reason, you can't replace a spiritual master. You can replace a Brahman, Vishwarupa, but then Vishwarupa could not become the spiritual master of the demigods. It is never said that. He performed karma kanda for the demigods. If it is related to Krishna, then the performance of this duty would not be karma kanda. Brahaspati is a very powerful personality of God. The spiritual master of the demigods. There is a difference between him, Brahaspati, and the spiritual master of the demons, Shukracharya. See the characteristics. Completely opposite. One is a material motive, called spiritual master, so-called spiritual. Demons and demigods have such great personalities, but you can see one is surrendered to the Supreme, another is not. They may have equal material prowess, but because of lack of spiritual deliberation, in the time of emergency, that materially motivated spiritual master do not allow Bali Maharaj to surrender even. because he was selfish. He said, Bali, you are a nonsense. You are a fool number one. You are defying me. You will get your punishment because you are disobeying me, your spiritual master. But the spiritual master was fearing that Bali is a fool, he will lose everything, but he is not seeing us. What about us? He is also taking us to hell. A materially motivated spiritual master, and he weighs their material protection to be more important than surrendering to Krishna. The spiritual masters, so-called spiritual masters, who are supporting the material things, and we should understand that there is something terribly wrong. Even Shukracharya would get offended. Yayati, Yayati came and Yayati was married to Devyani, the daughter of Shukracharya. And Yayati was a king, and somehow the Sarmishta happened to be the king's daughter too, but at the same time, and Devyani made her maid servant. And Yayati begot children through Devyani as well as Sarmishta. And when Devyani found out, she went and to father and to complain. And father became enraged. Shukracharya became enraged and cursed to become instantly an old man. So Yayati lost all his youth. And he became old. And still he pleaded to such a powerful material spiritual master to pardon him. Then pardon was conditioned that you exchange your old age with the youth of any one of your sons. Like that. I mean, but it is, etiquette is there, but the spirituality is not there. It is a standard of material etiquette. And in early times, where so much opulence and everything was available, then you can get married instantly if you hold a hand of a girl. That was happened to Devyani and Yayati. He tried to help her to pull out from the well, and guy got trapped himself. Anyway, but this is based on the reaction of the karmas, but instant fructification was there. So people were so much absorbed. So in that sense, if these demons, also have an etiquette not to disrespect their, so-called spiritual masters, like Shukracharya. He was highly honored. But where is the spirituality? By hating Vishnu, spirituality is lost. You can't replace it. So the third offense in chanting of the holy name, to disrespect the orders of spiritual masters. orders of spiritual master will be only spiritual in nature, not material. Not at all material. If there is material, then it has to be proven. If it is spiritual, it can also be proven. If it is meant for sarvabhuta hiterataha, such upheaval changes, and that can be appreciated. Most of our temples are suffering because the spirituality is less important. Spirituality is less important. And we need to rise above in order to, make the best of our bad bargain in Kali Yuga, but Prabhupada gave perfect process, to simply chanting and cultivating our consciousness so we become introspective through the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. And they are direct, appealing, because the whole system is working on the same foundation from the beginning to the end. The distinction between spiritual and material. And that is the intelligence has to work. We can't lose our intelligence. So, from next onwards, that is 2nd to 8 verses will be there, and Sukadeva Goswami will be explaining the nature, how Indra is offending Brahaspati. So anybody has any question? Yes.
Maharaj, I've heard it said that if a disciple is not able to attain success, I can't even remember, I don't think I've read it actually, but I think I've heard it, that if a disciple cannot attain success in one lifetime, then the spiritual master even returns in the next life to guide that. So my question is twofold. One is that, is this true? And second, if that is true, then what is really the ability of the spirit? Like, can the spiritual master actually reject if he has to come back for the next life? That's what.
Can a spiritual master actually reject?
Reject. I mean, I understood everything that you said, and just this thought comes to mind: if the spiritual master has to come back life after life to save the disciple, is that a fact?
Yeah, but at the same time, it is based on mutual duties. ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते तांस तथैव भजाम्यहम मम वर्तमानो वर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वस्व. This principle has been set by Lord Krishna, that he reciprocates, responses in to the degree one, surrenders to him. So, if such a person has rendered some service devotionally, that will be accumulating. It is not going to diminish. But what were the faults and other things, they have to be corrected. So if a spiritual master comes back in the form of instruction through somebody, that is also spiritual master. After all, spiritual master is one. The tattva remains one. Personalities may come and go. Right? Personalities may come and go. Whatever Srila Prabhupada's, spiritual purity and the personality was there, it was not conflicting because he perfected he perfected the art. He was very protective that he may not fall down. Right? So, he was always praying to Radharani. So, we do not find any inebrities in Srila Prabhupada. His instructions were completely pure by his personal example. So there is no difference. But say the advanced devotees, but those who are not yet liberated, they may pose such threat of fall down or rejection or interaction that is to be needed in reciprocation to our surrender. So, for them, tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pridipurvakam. Even though we are faulty, but satata yuktanam, always sticking to the path. Bhajatam pridipurvakam. We again remind. And reciprocation will be there. Dadami buddhi yogam te namamupayanti te. If Krishna is going to provide that sufficient intelligence by which we can go to him, do you think we'll go without spiritual master? He will accompany. He will be the one who will be the first one to hold our hands. But spiritual master comes in his own swarupa, not different kinds of material bodies. As Swarupa Siddha, Prabhupada has his swarupa. Don't speculate which one. But by principle, one who is liberated, he is situated in his swarupa. So the swarupa will come, will be empowered through some agencies or other persons, You may not realize, but you will be uplifted in the degree of your surrender to Krishna. This is how spiritual master will help. He is an eternal. Eternal spiritual master means what? The ultimate. Krishna is the most predominant moiety or spiritual master. It's Sakshat Krishna Chandra. Others are via media, transparent via media. The transparency is to be taken into account, not the medium. Right? Physical medium. The transparency means pure spiritual transparency, not material transparency. And that is the responsibility of Lord Krishna directly. He is the one who shines in the embodiment as a spiritual master. And because he shines, therefore